Get 3 months of local news for just 99 cents a month. You'll get unlimited access to the news you need to stay engaged and connected to your community. Visit DuluthNewstribune.com/subscribe now to get 3 months of local news for only 99 cents a month.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Thursday, September 5th. I'm Dan Williamson with your Duluth News-Tribune Minutes, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union's services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. The Old Apostolic Lutheran Church is looking to develop about 4 acres of land adjacent to its house of worship at 3730 Martin Road in Duluth into a cemetery that could one day provide a final resting place for as many as 1,000 congregants. Not all neighbors are enamored with the idea. Dan Kraft lives across the street from the church and said, quotes, "I don't want to see a cemetery every time I look out my front door," end quotes. Jerry Russell, another neighbor, expressed concerns that the cemetery could threaten groundwater in the area, potentially contaminating private wells. He cited the potential impact of embalming fluids and mercury in dental filings. But city planner Jason Mossel said no graves would be located within 50 feet of any well in accordance with state regulations. Ray Sundberg, who has been selected to serve as cemetery sexton, noted concrete vaults also will ensure that human remains will be protected from any escape into the environment. The cemetery and church are expected to have a 459 vehicle parking capacity, up from the 311 stalls currently available on the site. Landscaping will be required along Martin Road and on the west property line to buffer views of the cemetery. The church has occupied the property since 2019. Somberg said the congregation has outgrown a current cemetery on Ryan Road and must plan for the future with new burial grounds. He said the new cemetery should be sufficient to serve the congregation for decades to come. The Duluth Planning Commission voted 6-1 on August 20th to approve a special use permit for the cemetery, as the city staff recommended. Some wetlands will be impacted by the cemetery development, and the congregation will need to replace those with the purchase of offsetting wetland preservation credits. A tree preservation plan for the property will still require approval. A stormwater management plan will also require review and approval with retention ponds, which is part of the overall design to minimize runoff, allowing surface water to cool and sediments to settle. Lighting for the church and its parking areas will be downcast to minimize light pollution. James Patrick Carey, age 64, the head of one of Minnesota's oldest and largest personal injury law firms, will avoid further jail time for drunkenly striking a highway construction worker last fall if he successfully completes 4 years of supervised probation under the sentence handed down by Judge Krista Martin. The president and managing partner of Sieben Carey pleaded guilty in June to a gross misdemeanor count of criminal vehicular operation resulting in bodily harm, admitting he was under the influence of alcohol when he clipped the worker on Interstate 35 near Hinckley. Court documents said the victim, Joseph Gregory Flanagan, age 27, of Duluth, was wearing a high-visibility vest and walking on a dirt shoulder when he was hit by Carey's 2016 GMC Acadia around 11:40 a.m. on October 6th of 2023. Carey continued north without stopping, but was eventually located by Carleton County Sheriff's Office deputies about 35 miles north near Moose Lake, his vehicle missing its passenger side mirror. Carey of Edina, Minnesota, reportedly smelled of alcohol and had bloodshot, watery eyes. A preliminary breath test placed his blood alcohol concentration at .143, in excess of the .08 legal limits, according to a criminal complaint. Under the terms of a plea agreement, additional gross misdemeanor counts of criminal vehicular operation and failure to stop for a traffic collision, as well as a misdemeanor impaired driving charge, were dismissed. Flanagan ultimately did not object to the outcome, Pine County Prosecutor Kelly Jasper said. He did not attend Wednesday's sentencing, nor did he submit a victim impact statement or request restitution, but he has retained a civil attorney, the prosecutor said. Defense attorney Tom Sieben, brother of the defendant's law partner, said he has known Carey for 40 years and said he has seen a huge change, end quote, since the incidents. A Biwabik native, Carey is a fourth-generation attorney and the son of a longtime state judge. He has already penned a letter of apology to the victim as prescribed by the plea agreement and will perform 80 hours of community service at a children's hospice organization. In lieu of a 364-day jail term, Carey must also comply with all recommendations of a treatment assessment, abstain from alcohol and non-prescribed drug use, and submit to testing at the discretion of his probation officer. It's time now for this week's Business Beat with Duluth News Tribune business reporter Brielle Bredston.
Intrepid Hotel now booking. After initially opening to guests in June, the Intrepid Hotel is celebrating its grand opening today, Thursday, September 5th, from 2:30 to 5 p.m. The boutique hotel is located downtown at 230 East Superior Street. It offers 8 one-bedroom, one-bathroom units on the upper level. According to the booking page, rooms range from $128 to $336 a night for the month of September. It was renovated last year by Titanium Partners to retain the historic integrity of the 1952 building while providing modern amenities such as on-site parking, Wi-Fi, a community room, mini fridges, digital check-in, and more. Gregorich and Maddock Family Dental is the lower-level tenant, and the property is owned by Titanium Partners CEO Brian Forcier and will be overseen by Dylan Forcier, president of Like Home, a Duluth-based short-term rental management company. The project is part of a larger effort to restore the downtown area. Titanium has also been involved with the Temple Opera Building, the Last Place on Earth Building, the Nord, and the Ordine Building. New Americans Listening Session. The Minnesota Employment and Economic Development will host a community listening session with its Office of New Americans on Wednesday, September 11th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Duluth Library in the Green Room. New American citizens, career counselors, case managers, employers, and other community partners are encouraged to attend the event, which will feature information on resources, an opportunity for question and answer session, and discussion on what Duluth needs to attract and support immigrants, refugees, and new Americans into the community. I'm Brielle Bredston. Send me some more business tips at bbredston@duluthnews.com.
Thanks, Brielle. Now here's a look at your forecast brought to you by the Superior Telegram's history podcast, Archive Dive.
Good morning. This forecast for the Duluth Harbor area for today, gradually going from clouds and stray showers into sunshine today. It'll be much cooler behind the cold front with a northwest wind around 10 to 20 and a high today of about 69 or 70 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, slight chance of a shower, but not likely. Temperatures likely will drop down into the 40s, and Friday will continue the cool weather with a high in the low 60s and some widely scattered showers under a partly cloudy sky. The weekend will bring warmer temperatures by Sunday, and even some toasty weather in the mid to upper 70s possible next week. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist John Wheeler.
Thank you to Archive Dive for their support. The monthly history podcast, hosted by Superior Telegram reporter Maria Lockwood, dips into the archives of historic events, people, and places around Superior and Douglas County. The most recent episode of Archive Dive, titled The Hero the Blotnick Bridge is Named For, is now available at superiortelegram.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Reporting for today's episode was done by Peter Passy, Tom Olson, and Brielle Bredston. Thank you for listening to the Duluth News Tribune Minutes. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.